I spend a lot of my time with clients discussing what types of needs they have and what type of simulator might be best for them. And in reality, seeing is believing. Once you see a simulator and experience it, you get ideas that come to you immediately on how you can modify your training session and how you can better your approach. And that happens so frequently during the sales process. I mean, it takes typically a year, sometimes longer, sometimes a little shorter, for an organization to make a decision on what type of simulator they want, especially if they're considering a large one. A lot of times the desktop, that's usually an easier purchase. It's less investment. You can buy one of those and have it delivered pretty quick. But if you're looking at a proper simulator, even a mid-range simulator, it takes a while for someone to make up their mind. Usually they have to get some budget for it. They usually have to go out to tender or have an RFP for something like this. And a lot of times they want the crane simulator manufacturers, that's us, to go and demonstrate the system, or they will come to us to demonstrate the system. And I'm very keen. I want them to see and experience these different types of simulators. I think it's very important. And typically, especially a larger organization, they will see what a mid-range system is all about, whether it's from Global Sim or even some of our competitors, and then they will try out a larger system, and there's no comparison. A full mission, full cabin system is really light years ahead of even a mid-range system. It offers that much more fidelity, that much more immersiveness, where you can get in and not only be surrounded by an environment that's exactly as it is on your port or in your normal training environment, but you can be sitting and have the controls exactly replicated just like they are on the real equipment. But there's more. You then get to change the environment and change the conditions. For instance, you can train with the 20-knot wind. You can train in the fog, in the rain. You can train at nighttime. You can add emergency conditions in these simulators that you can never do on a real life system. How do you practice emergencies in real life? Well, you shut it down. How do you practice in an environment where there's high intensity winds, snow, rain? You don't practice in those kind of conditions, but you can in a simulator, and you can train on various different types of faults and malfunctions that might occur and practice for the worst. You can make the situation, you can change the calibration on the simulator. And so the environment and operating the equipment is much more difficult on the simulator than it is in real life. And then what happens is you get an operator that practices where it's very difficult, and then they get on the real crane, they have much more confidence. And, oh, this is easier than it is on the simulator. And they have that muscle memory, they have that feel, really gives them an advantage.